Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Martin. Today we're going to go and look at a flat to see if it's got the potential to become a buy-to-let. So it just so happens that a good investor friend of mine has found a flat that he wants to buy, and he's very kindly allowed me 10 minutes or so to buzz around with the camera first and do my own kind of review on it to see what we can come up with. So come along with us and see how we get on. Here we are outside the front door of the flats, and first impressions, let's have a look around the area, okay? There's a convenience store just across the road. That's convenient. There's parking outside, we'll talk about that later. And just up the road there is the high street, so we're probably 2 to 3 minutes walk from the town square. There's a couple of shops here. There's a jeweller's and a laundrette, I think, or dry cleaners. That could be handy. We're also just there, down to the A41, which will take you to either London or further up north. So we're at a good spot here. So here's the front door. Secure entry. There's an alley down the side. We'll talk about that in a minute as well. So let's go in. This is the communal area, typical pretty bland decor. There's a door to the rear, to the car park there. There's also a lift, which is handy. I don't know if it works or not. We'll check that out later. Stairs, so let's go up the stairs. Just had a chat with somebody there about the lift. The lift doesn't work, so I'll make some inquiries and get back to you on that one. Here we go. So here we are. These things are always pretty bland because they have to be fairly fireproof. So here's our one. Now, first thing, before I even go in, oh dear. Here's the consumer unit. Now we've got an old clockwork timer here. And these old-fashioned rewirable fuses, they're from the probably 1970s or 80s. Day, night, okay. That's a change of meter at some point. So first thing with that's going to cost £600 to £800 at least to have that changed and do the EICR at the same time. So there's a cost to bear. Let's go inside. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to look at someone else's, just to quickly see what theirs is like. That one's disconnected. Ah, that's interesting. That one's disconnected, but they have a modern meter, so maybe the consumer unit is in the house. Because the aperture for the consumer unit there is very small, and I don't know if it'll actually, if a modern one will actually fit in here. Look. No, a modern consumer unit won't actually fit in there, because the meter has to be here, so the consumer unit's obviously inside there. Let's just quickly go and have a look at the last one. We've got 4 flats here and they're all different. The consumer units are all different. Yeah, see that one? This is all disconnected. There's nothing here at all, that's all disconnected. But that's a brand new meter. So the consumer unit is now obviously inside, which says to me that's going to cost even more, because that's not just a change of consumer unit, that's a complete rewire probably. Anyway, let's talk about that later, okay? Here we go, let's go in. I managed to fight the door open, so let's go inside and see what it's like. Here we are. Small hallway. Somewhere to hang your coats. So first impression, we have a entry phone. I think that's bedroom, bathroom, living room, and kitchen off the living room. So let's start on the left here and have a look. Oh, it's a bit dark. There we are. Okay, so now a good size bedroom, double bedroom. Not sure about that heater. That looks quite old-fashioned. But if we're looking at the decor is good. Just wants painting. There's a built-in wardrobe, nice big double wardrobe with space above there to keep your suitcase, things like that. And mirrored doors, that's quite interesting. Look, mirrored doors, there we are. I wonder if we have a view outside. Let's have a look. Not really. Car park over there. But that's interesting. I wonder if that could be a patio where you could sit out. It's a flat roof of the building below, but I wonder if that would be an option to sit out there at some point. Okay, let's carry on. I think everything just wants painted in here. It's very good condition, just a little bit dated. Curtains are fine. Well, actually, maybe curtains are maybe a bit short. Okay, let's move on. Bathroom. The bathroom looks like it's been refurbished recently. It's very trendy. Blue tiles, nice blue unit there. Got on the wall heater. Got a mirror here. I think that looks like it's an electric mirror of some sort. Is there a switch? Oh yeah, look. That's quite snazzy. There's a switch underneath. The sink is very modern. Lots of space under it, I assume. Oh yeah. That's nice, just 2 drawers there. It's actually quite bright in here. Pan looks okay, nice and modern. Bath with shower over. It's got a modern electric shower. I think all it needs doing in here is just to refresh the white paint everywhere and it'll be fine. It's obviously been refurbished at some point recently, maybe in the last couple of years. Yeah, that's not so good. Into the living room, which is a nice big room. Plenty of room for your sofa, your telly, a chair, furniture, dining table, plenty of room for everything actually. Laminate flooring throughout. Nice carpet in the bedroom to keep your toes warm when you get out of bed. Lots of holes in the wall. Look at this. There are screws and holes everywhere. So these will all have to be filled, which is a cost to that in time and effort. There's been something up there. 1, 2, 3. So there's quite a lot of work to do here, prep work, if you want to repaint. I think the walls are fine. Everything seems solid. I think it just wants a little bit of painting and decorating. That's generally it. There's a curtain, well, it looks like there's some brackets. There was a curtain rail up here. So that will be replaced, I think, because it's always nice to have curtains to keep the heat, keep the warmth in. What else we got? Venetian blinds. They look quite smart actually. They're made of wood, look in good condition. Now, outside, there's a car park. And I believe I can rent a space, well, not me, sorry. And I believe you can rent a space for about £12.50 a week. Now, if you think of the cost of parking outside the front, it's about £1 an hour. The parking is from, if I remember right, it's 8 o'clock in the morning till 5:30 p.m. Monday to Saturday. So if you work away and you take your car to work every day, you can come home at 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the evening, and not have to pay for any parking. But then you've still got Saturday to think of, and you might not get a space outside your front door. So in my view, to have a car park like that at only £12.50 a week is very good value. If I was living here, I'd want to park out the back. There's an alley there. I showed you the alley right at the very beginning. There's an alley there. You can walk round to the front door and in the front door. So let's go to the kitchen. Now, first impressions of the kitchen. The lights don't work. Oh yeah, they do. First impressions of the kitchen. It's a little bit dated, but the units are in very good condition. The worktop is also in very good condition. The cooker, or the hob, is a bit dated. The oven looks fine. The flooring is fine. A good range of units. There's quite a lot, considering it's only a one bed flat. You've got 1, 2, 3, you've got 5 cupboards down below, 4 drawers and 4 cupboards above. So there's plenty of space here. Nice little kitchen. In fact, the only thing I'm not so keen on is the tiled backsplash here. That is a bit dated and a bit dirty and manky, but you know, to tile that would be a morning's work. That would be a very easy job and very cheap to do, and it would help enormously in the look of the place. That's a bit dated, that stuff. Double glazed throughout, which is lovely. Looks quite good condition too. That switch doesn't look good either, but you know, all that needs is a new switch plate, and it would look completely different. Bit of paint, and this kitchen would be very nice without a lot of work or a lot of money spent. We've got a little door here. What's in here? Oh, that's handy. Let me get some light on it, get my phone out and get the light on it. There we are. So what we have here, bit of an airing cupboard or storage cupboard. We've got the water tank at the top, and we've got the hot water tank at the bottom. Now, bearing in mind this is all an all electric flat, that's perfectly normal. But here we have plumbing for a washing machine. A little hanging area upstairs there. So that's really good. You can have your Hoover, your ironing board, your washing machine. You can pile everything away in here and keep everything out of the way. That's quite a usable space, very useful space. Oh, there is a light, maybe. Is that a light? Oh yeah, there's even a little light. There we are. Didn't see that. This is very handy, actually. You could put some shelves up there and have lots of storage space. It's not a small flat, but in lots of flats there's often not very much storage space. So I like that, I like it. So my overall impression of the flat is I really like it. And I don't think it would cost a lot of money. The most expensive thing I can see here is getting the electrics sorted out, because whether or not a modern consumer unit will fit in that small space, I don't know. We'll have to take advice from an electrician on that. If it doesn't fit in that space, then it potentially could be a more expensive job to do, because some of the cabling will have to be extended to wherever you're going to locate the new consumer unit. So bear in mind that cost. If they could get that consumer unit in that little space, that might cost £600 to £800. I'm just guessing. If we have to do a bit of rewiring, that could be £1,200 to £1,500 in total. So that's worth noting. Apart from that, if we just have a quick look around, the kitchen, £200 to £300 maybe. The living room, it just wants painting really. Everything is fine. Maybe change that heater. Say £100 to change that, and maybe £200 or £300 to do the decorating and prep work and decorating. The hallway is fine, just wants a coat of paint. The bathroom just wants a coat of paint, and there's not really a lot to do because there's one wall there and there's a little bit of a wall there which is white, and everything else is tiled. The bedroom, pretty much the same. If it was me personally, oh, sorry, let's get the light on. If it was me personally, I would change the curtains, but that's not a big deal. The carpet actually looks very good and it looks clean. So change the heater again for something a bit more modern and a bit more probably fuel efficient, because that looks very old. And a bit of painting again, decorating. The walls are in very good condition. I reckon you could just paint straight over them. Bit of painting on the woodwork and that's it. So, I don't know, £300 to £400 here. So if we got, let's add it up, 300 to 400, £100 in here in the hallway, say it's 400, £100 there, 500, £300 here, 800, and maybe £300 to £400. That's probably £1,200. So £1,200, and maybe in the worst case scenario, another £1,200 to fix the electrics up, so it'll pass an EICR. So we're looking about £2,500 in total to bring this up to really modern spec, completely decorated throughout, ready to let, which I think is quite a good price. So let's go back to my office because it's really cold out here, and we'll talk through some more figures and see if the figures work out, but I think this would be very, very suitable as a buy-to-let. So off we go. Oh, well, back in the nice warm office. That flat was bitterly cold. I think it's been empty for a long time. And you know how when a building like that hasn't had any heat in it for a long time, the cold seems to soak into the walls, and it'll probably take a day to warm it all up again. But that was bitterly cold. Anyway, on the drive back, naturally, your mind is thinking about things all the time, and I've put together some figures here, which I think are probably pretty well what I discussed in the flat there. So here we go. Bedroom, £400, hallway, £100, bathroom, another £100, the living room, £400 to £500, because there is a bit of work there. You know, there's lots of holes in the wall. That just doesn't take 5 minutes to put that right. What else? Kitchen. Change the hob, because that's a very old hob. I don't like that kind of thing. The tiling definitely needs changing, so maybe £400 to £500 there. What else we got? A bit of painting in that cupboard because it needs a bit of a freshen up. EICR, new consumer unit at the very least, which is probably £500 to £600 to change that. If it needs any other remedial work, then who knows. I'm going to say £1,200 in total. So in total, I think about £2,500 to smarten it up, bring it all up to regulation. There's no gas there, so we don't need a gas check, but we do need the ICR. That's a bit of a sticky point, I think. Anyway, £2,500. So you know, I really like the flat. If I had the money, I'd buy it myself, but hopefully my investor friend will buy it, and hopefully I will be in charge of the renovation work. Well, it's not really a renovation, it's just a quick tidy up, but hopefully I'll be in charge of the work as well, so I'll be able to talk you through all the cost if he buys it, of course. So I quite like the flat, as I say. I wish I could buy it myself. Anyway, so hopefully there will be a part 2 to this if he buys it, and if it all goes ahead, and if I'm in charge of the work. But even if I'm not, hopefully I'll be able to get another 10 minutes at the end to run round and give you a review at the end, and then we'll go through some costs. All right, so hopefully there'll be a part 2 to this. Take care.